after Pro, today, like your homework for today should be watch all the training videos. There are quite a few training videos, but they're not long. They're very short, they're very to the point. You should be able to go through all of them within a space of about 3 hours. Okay, less than 3 hours, you should be completely done with them. You should have been able to go through them twice and really understand everything, internalize everything. And this is what you need to do. Watch all training videos, put up your first listings manually. You're not going to use any software, you're not going to do anything like that. You're just going to do it the way the training videos show you, as if no software exists. This will help you understand eBay's process. This will help you understand what you're doing a lot better. And you're going to, let's say, you're going to put up 5 listings. Okay, and then you're going to put up 5 more listings with the software. Okay, with our system in the back office. At that point, you've hit your 10 listing limit, and you're basically going to ask eBay to raise your limits if you can, things like that. By the end of your 3rd week, you should be somewhere around 50 listings. That's what we want you to be aiming for. Get to 50 listings in your 3rd to 4th week. So end of 1st month, you should be getting ready to get elite. You should already be seeing profits coming. You should be profitable. Your aim should be in your 1st month. Okay, many people do this in the 1st week. Quite a few people do it in the 1st day. But our aim is by the end of your 1st month, which is very achievable, you should be in profit. You should have at least $200 profit made, so you can get elite without spending anything out of your pocket. Okay, that should be your game plan. That should be your goal. Okay, and then after that, your goal for 3 months. Okay, at the end of your 3rd month, okay, your 3-month end goal should be, if you're generating at least $350 in sales, that's basically what we have found from our research. If you're generating $350 a day in sales, not profit, but if you're generating $300 some in sales, then you should be making roughly about $60 a day, which is equal to about $2,400 to $2,500 in profit. Okay, so $2,500 profit per month. That should be your goal by the end of the month, which will basically mean about a $350 sales per day is where you're looking. Now this is the game plan we have seen a lot of people follow. We have seen a lot of people do this really, really successfully. And we've seen a lot of people take this to a whole other level and get to $25,000 a month and so on. So that would be the way that you would go about this.
And Hitesh, I'll tell you, I need to show these guys my screen because we talk about the $350 a day game plan. I want to show them that live real quick. Quick. Watch this.
The screen is yours.
So, perk up. So, alright, because I've gotten that question about 12 times. What's the $350 a day game plan? Well, this is a question I asked right here 16 minutes ago, as of right now, right? 16 minutes ago. So I'm going to show you. If I scroll through these are all results of just people coming over and letting me know, and I appreciate you if you're on this webinar or if you're posting on here. I appreciate you guys coming over and showing all these results. But I'm going to scroll down to one right here. Okay, this is Nathan. All right, and within 3 months he made enough to quit his job. Spent 10 years of school. Right, father of 3, worked from home. Amazing. Look at the results here. Okay. $68,126 in his first 30 days, guys. In 30 days. In 30 days. From first 3 months joining, 30 days, bam. Okay.
And
what does that equate to?
Clarify something. If we can clarify, very important thing here, because you've probably been on some MLM presentations where they show guys like that. They're like, look, this guy made $100 grand this month. This was not done by recruiting people into something. This was not done by any of those shenanigans. This is purely by doing the process we showed you. This is just pure arbitrage. So if you did $68,000, okay, that's roughly what, $2,000 a day, $2,200 a day, okay, and assuming a 12% profit margin.
Yeah, I don't know if you're
making about $200 a day in profit.
$272 is what that comes out with, and that's kind of on the low end in the first 3 months. So you want to get to that $300 a day mark. That's how you do it. And you know what? There's nothing special about that. Nathan, I'm sure Nathan's special. Everyone on here has their traits, has something about them that they can do that no one else can do. Humans are amazing. But as far as the training platform goes, all he did, and all anyone does in here, is go through and follow the training. That's it. That's it. So does that answer your question, everyone who's been asking in here? How do you get to that $300 a day mark? That's 90 days out, guys. That's 90 days out from taking action while working a job and then finally quitting that job to go full time. What can you do in the next 90 days? Question.
Yeah, it is literally just watch the videos, put up listings, watch the videos, put up listings. That's honestly all there is to it.
Look at this. After 2.5 hours, made first sale after 2.5 hours. Okay, and this is that question I posted 19 minutes ago now, right? Just amazing. Someone asked on the webinar, how do I know when I made a sale? Cha-ching. So you're going to see a lot of cha-chings. People talking about, oh, I had a cha-ching, I had a cha-ching, I had a cha-ching. That's because they're making sales. Alright? Just amazing. Okay? You made $100 in profits in one sale alone just the other day. That's one sale. One listing. Alright? First live webinar, been in 6 weeks, sold $300 in profit, $44. Keep going, Trisha. Keep going. Keep going through the training. Some of us, the big factor is...
Note that. Actually, that's actually a very good example. Can we focus on that one?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin.
No, cool.
But can we focus on that example once? 26 listings, $44 in profit. Okay? Now, this is exactly what I was saying. It's been 6 weeks though, right? I want to speed that up. By the end of your 4th week, you should have 50 listings up. And at that point, you should have made at least $100 to $200 in profit. That's our aim. By the end of your 1st month, you should be in at least 3 figures in profit. Now, note something. In the same thread, you have somebody who did over 6 weeks. They made $44. And then right below that, you have another person who in 30 days, okay, which is 4 weeks, has done about $68,000 in sales. Okay, so one is at 300, the other is at 68,000. My point is not to say, look, one person is not doing it, the other person is doing it. My point is to say, if you focus and you put up a lot of listings and you make sure that you're targeting the right products, which we teach you in the training, how to focus on the right products, make sure you come to the training webinars. If you are feeling stuck or you want to do more, come to the training webinars. Make sure you call up eBay. Ask eBay to raise your limits as many times as you can. Say, look guys, you need to raise my limits. I want to sell more. eBay loves people who call in and say, I'm working with DSD. I want to list more. Can you please make sure that I get more listings? You just have to become a little bit more of a go-getter because everything you need is in here. We are not trying to leak the money out of you guys. We're not bleeding you dry by charging you thousands of dollars or something like that. Our aim is that you go and you get access to all the stuff. Go and start generating an income. And this thread is so amazing for that. I mean, this is beautiful. This is exactly what we want you guys to focus on. This is 15 minutes, and this is the platform that we are talking about. It's not. I recruited 18 people today, and then of those 18, 2 people recruited 4 people. And so what happened to the 16? Nothing. They're left by the wayside. Our aim is for this to be a purely logical system that you guys can do, that you guys can follow along. Just keep asking yourself a very simple question. Everything I saw tonight, can I do this? Can I literally just find an item on Amazon or find an item on a different retailer online and go and post it over on eBay? And that's all. That's really all there is to it.
It's amazing, and it's I'm gonna just go ahead and I had to refresh that because there's more comments that keep coming in. So let's go ahead and show these. Just more, more people making money, raised hand, look at that, I love that picture. Me, who's making money here? Pretty much anyone who comes in and applies a training. We're not done with the month yet, look at that, $1,400 in sales. I mean, you just gotta get in, because I'm telling you, it's the best decision. I think everyone on this thread right here will agree that it's one of the best decisions they've made financially, because it sets you on a new path. It removes the barriers, and if you have more questions, I'll tell you what. Yeah, Michelle just asked $300 in profit a day. Is this really true? Yeah, Average people are doing this. There's something special about everybody, but there's nothing special about those results because it happens in this system without having to go ahead and do all the recruiting stuff. We do have an affiliate program. And you know what? I would love to see you be a part of that. And I'll tell you why. Because we want to reward you for activities that go ahead and are income producing. So if you refer someone to DS Domination, we're going to make sure that you get paid for that. And some of our affiliates get paid a lot of money for that. Lots of money for that. But it doesn't have to be the focus. In everything else that you've seen out there, it is the only focus. And that is the difference here. You don't have to focus on going out and making affiliate sales all day long. In fact, most of you have probably failed at that. I failed at that for a while, and then I got good at it. But I'll tell you what, 99% of people do fail at that. But these guys are all average people making a lot of money. You know, it's amazing, and we appreciate all you guys everyone who's posted on here. I'm sure most of you aren't on this webinar, but you'll see the recording, and we appreciate it. So,
for people who are asking about the affiliate program and you want to know more about it, we do have an affiliate program. There are people who make 6 figures a year with our affiliate program alone. We don't talk about it a whole lot because we don't believe that it's replicable across the board. In fact, we just got a person who said they just made a sale 11 minutes after the most product, which is awesome. But here's my point. We have affiliate training every Thursday. Every Thursday, we highly invite you to get on that webinar, okay? Get on the affiliate webinar, and we'll show you guys exactly how to build that side out completely hands-free as well. Basically doing exactly what we do, all the basic stuff, doing it the easy way. We show you guys how to do that on the affiliate side as well within DSD. So we have that. We don't talk about it a whole lot. If you're really interested, I guess you can. If you're really interested in the affiliate side, just let us know, and maybe we'll try and incorporate that in the next webinar. So just say, yeah, I want to know about the affiliate side. But the only suggestion that I would personally have, is go ahead, create an account, watch the videos. By the end of your first 4 weeks, you need to get at least 50 listings out. That should be your aim. By the end of your 3rd month, you should be an elite level member. You should have over 114 listings. 114 listings, by the way, is the average point where our users transition from being eBay sellers to owning an eBay store. Their sales fees goes down, all that good stuff happens, and they usually are generating a lot more money as well. And for those of you who are like, I really want to hit it big, I want to make a lot of money, I want to get focused and do this the right way, go get pro, watch all the videos. Once you're done watching the videos, get elite, watch all those videos, and your aim should be, by the end of the first month, get to the monopoly level, because our monopoly users are doing insanely well. We have users who do just monopoly now. They've kind of even graduated from eBay, if you will, in some ways, and they do just monopoly, or they're just Genesis, doing really, really well on there. The kind of numbers that if we show you guys, you'll be like, this doesn't even make any sense. How can somebody make that kind of money? We have users who are making $500,000 or more per year, just doing monopoly and just doing Genesis kind of stuff. So without getting into all of that stuff, that's a journey. You should get to it, but get to it in your own time. Get to it properly when you have a good safety net built up from your eBay side of the business to your drop shipping or e-commerce arbitrage, as this is more appropriately called. And that's what you do. So very quickly, if you are creating an account tonight, or you're reactivating your account or anything like that, just go ahead and say yes, and commit that you're going to follow this game plan. You're going to get to 50 listings in the first month. So just go ahead and say yes in the chat box, so we know that you've done it, and you can follow along. Beautiful. The yeses are rolling in.
Wonderful. I can't wait. Once you guys get back there,
and make sure you join the Facebook group and let us know. Or join the Facebook group and say, I just joined off the webinar. This is awesome. And right after you do that, here's the best part. We love seeing this, and we love seeing the yeses, because we are not looking this as, oh, look at all the money we're going to make. We're looking this as, look at all the money our users are going to make. Look at what our platform is mutating into. Our platform is becoming massive as time goes on. And you can imagine with our user base and the type of e-commerce impact our users have right now, we are transitioning to even bigger things, right? And I mean, you should really join our Facebook groups and ask our users, say, who here has been in DSD for the last year and a half? What has your experience? What have you seen change with DSD? You'll see we are just constantly developing, constantly improving, constantly going to the next level. And you guys will be along with us in that journey as well. In fact, just the next 6 months, the things we have planned and things that are coming out are going to be crazy. Yeah, if I can show you guys this quick. Okay, so we are up to $53,900 and some dollars now. Back to you guys. Just want to see this. You know that.
It's great, man. It's really great. And Eddie, I'm looking at your question, and it's funny because he asks what's changed. I'll tell you, everything has changed. We didn't have automation. If you would have came back in here a year ago, you would have just seen training videos and just the tutorial side. All the software stuff that we had developed, built out, implemented, put in there, that's all designed to help you get a listing up faster, save you time, and enable you to scale your business without having to worry about it. That's all new, my friend. That's all new in the last few weeks. Since our event, since we had this event where we again asked.
Yeah, since our event. And you know, another thing that has changed, even on the training side, one of the big things that has changed is we have this whole team now. We have this team. All of these people are actually doing the things that they're teaching in real time. Okay, so somebody who's teaching you how to sell on eBay is actually selling on eBay right now. Somebody who's telling you how to teach on Amazon is selling on Amazon right now. And because of that, if any change happens, because these companies, these sites, they change all the time, you know, like literally sometimes on a daily basis. Any change that happens, our leadership team, our training team, they pick it up, they go and change the videos as needed, they update it, and we literally have video updates happening like almost daily. So it's pretty cool even on the training side alone what's going on.
No, it's amazing. It's amazing because, you know, you're really learning from people. Most of these programs that you've seen out there, or you're learning from people who have done that, did do that in the past, a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and you're buying outdated information. The speed at which things changes in this industry is amazing. It'll shock you every time. So our hedge against that is to make sure that our trainers inside of DS Domination are doing this on a daily basis. If one thing changes back there, the training tutorial that led you to that gets updated immediately. We get on a webinar, we show you what those changes are. It's ridiculous, so that you're always ahead of the game. It's amazing. Yeah.
We got a question. Is there a limit to how many listings you can monitor? We don't have any limits at all. You can build as many listings as you want. Well, I mean, why would we put a listing limit, right? We don't want you to be limited. We want you to do as well as possible, which means have as many listings as possible. So there is no limit. Just go ahead and use it. You know, and just make money. That's all it's for. All right, I think we are coming up. We are nearing an hour and a half. So let's do one final round of questions quick. If you have questions that are unanswered at this point, please, if you can just ask them one more time, we'll scan them quick and make sure that we didn't cover everything. Okay, here we go. Does it cost to list items on eBay? Yes, eBay does charge a small fee for listing items. It can be as little as 5 cents. They also many times give out a bunch of free listings. Your first few listings are also free because they want to encourage you to sell. There are many different ways to do it. Majority of our members, they get a lot of free listings from eBay, and there are seasons where eBay will just say, completely free listing, go and list as much as you want, and then you can just go out there and list as much as you want. One of the great things about this is that the open season is over. Things have become a little bit tighter on a lot of these things online. It's not as simple. Like there was a period about 5 years ago to 6 years ago where this was a little easier. It was like Google PPC back in the day, right? It was just easier to get into. So it's not as easy to get into it right now, which is good because it has lowered the competition a lot for our users. So our users are doing a lot better now because of it. So yeah, our software takes care of those things. The new MPN, the new brand name restriction, UPC code stuff, all of that is taken care of within the software and within the tool. what is the activation of supremacy? Okay, so there's this question about does your program also place orders for us? Yes, but that's covered in something called supremacy, which is our advanced automation stuff, and that's why we don't show that in this webinar. But I think this webinar is really more suited for members and people who are not making anything, or they might not even know about this method at all. So we want them to get in here. We want them to start doing some sales. We want them to start generating an income, and that's when they graduate to the more advanced stuff and supremacy and things like that. So we talk about that more on our training webinars, where we show them, look, here is some more advanced automation that can make you. They can generate more income for you, or you can do things more easily, but it just takes it time. Okay, you just give it time.
Yep, and that training webinar you're talking about is going to be happening tomorrow night. So for those of you who are in here, also bring your, we can't answer every question on this webinar, but bring your questions tomorrow, because we're going to have a pro and elite webinar trainings tomorrow night if you're watching this live, and you'll be able to get on there and ask questions.
Yeah, so I'm going to ask these two questions. I really want to address this one, the PayPal hold issue. So when you first start out, because we don't want anybody to be surprised by anything. When you very first, in the very beginning, when you start out, you'll experience something called PayPal hold, and that is a very, very simple thing. It's just PayPal and eBay making sure that you're a legitimate person. Okay, so here's what happens: you list an item to sell for $44, like in our example that we used, right, with the monkey diaper bag. Okay, and somebody's asking, is the monkey story true? It's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. I had a lunchbox stolen. A lot of my classmates had lunchboxes stolen. And if they could not get into the lunchboxes, they would actually throw them at us. They would chuck them at us from the trees. And I'm not even kidding. They're some of the worst creatures there are. And most people, when you see them in zoos, are like, oh, they're so cute. They're so amazing. You guys don't know what it's like.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop with these monkey. They always kill me.
So yes, that is a true story. But let me talk about PayPal hold quick. So we list this diaper bag for $44 on eBay, and it sells. The money goes in our PayPal account immediately. But PayPal is going to hold on to the money for 21 days. Because what PayPal wants to make sure is that you will actually send the product out. The customer will actually be satisfied. You just do things as usual. You go to Amazon. Place the order for $25. 21 days later, your $44 that was in PayPal becomes available, and you can transfer it out if you want. Okay, it's not a big issue. It's not a problem. It's taught in a very good detail in the training videos as well. A lot of people get scared by it. They're like, oh no, PayPal is holding my money. No, they're not holding it permanently. It's just to give you time to make sure that you are a relevant seller, and then over time they'll actually eliminate that hold, so the money will actually flow very, very freely for you at that point. So once you get out of the PayPal jail, it's called it. It's not really a jail. Once you get out of that time period, then this actually goes to a whole other level. It becomes even easier for you. Okay, so don't be scared about the PayPal hold. Don't be terrorized by it. Don't go, oh no, what's going on with this thing? It's completely fine.
Yep.
My PayPal cannot receive money, so I can't sell on eBay. What is this alternative to the situation? Well, you have two alternatives to the situation. One is get to elite and monopoly levels, because then you can sell on other platforms other than eBay. The other benefit, really monopoly is where I would suggest more. The other thing is you might be in a country where PayPal is not allowed to receive money, like maybe Nigeria. But what you can do is if you're cash flowing well, then you should really focus on getting an LLC set up in the US, and you can have a business PayPal account that can accept money. So that's a whole other section. It obviously applies to very, very, very few people, but we want to make sure that we cover that. But it's covered in there. It's very, very few people will ever need that or use that, but you can participate in the very much the same way. Okay. Does that mean during the PayPal hold we need to pay for the product sales out of our pocket? Okay. In one way you can look at it like that. The other way to look at it is, let's say that you have a credit card. Okay, the credit card has 30 days in which you have to pay it off, right? So you can actually buy stuff on the credit card before you need to pay the credit card off. The money gets released from PayPal, so you can actually pay that off at the same time. Some of you can actually apply for a PayPal credit card. You can actually have a PayPal credit card available to you, and you can use that to purchase things, and then you can pay it off from the balance within your PayPal account. So there are a lot of different ways around it. That's why I specifically brought that up, because what will happen today is, and this is just statistics, okay? About 10 to 20% of the people are going to watch this, and before the webinar is over, they're going to go, I see the opportunity, they're going to join up, and they're going to start making money. Another 10% or so are going to mull about it overnight, and they're going to have some dream of some monkey attacking them, and they're going to be like, oh, I need to go and get on eBay, and then they go do it in the morning. Then we have about 30 to 40% of people who will go out there and who will go to Google and they will search for everything they can. They'll be like, is this a scam? Give me every reason that I should not do this. And then and that's why I bring up these things, right? That's why I address all the possible issues you're going to face. Because there'll be some guy out there who's going to have some blog or some video or something, and they're going to say, no, you shouldn't do this because here are all the problems that could happen. And have you even heard of PayPal jail? That's the worst thing in the world. Instead, buy my $800,000 Google PPC course, which doesn't work anymore. It's going to cost you $300 a day in expenses. Yeah. And you're going to convince yourself that's the right way to go about it. I have nothing against PPC. I'm being serious. I have nothing against PPC. I did really, really well with PPC. I do really well on SEO side of things. In fact, even before we ever developed this platform, ever owned this platform, or anything like that, I was doing quite well. Okay, but it's the only problem is a lot of those things are not necessarily replicable for the average user. This stuff is something that the average user can do. That's why we talk about this. Now, if you're doing this and you're making $50,000 a month, and you say, you know what, I have a bunch of money now. What else can I do? Then I can tell you about, okay, you know what? Here's how you take the right CPA options. You do all this pixel stuff to track it, and here's how you drive the PPC traffic from big campaigns or whatever. Sure, it can make me sound really smart. It can make Kevin sound really smart. But then we talk about monkeys and we sound like idiots. But in general, the idea is those things sound great on paper, but if you really want to do something legitimate for the average user, this is how you grow a business. Now keep in mind, once you start doing this, you're going to come across something that we call your hot items. You're going to find a few items that sell really, really well for you on eBay. And you're going to take those, you're going to say, I'm going to go sell these on other platforms. And then you will eventually find vendor suppliers for those. And you will start creating a business out of those one or two items. We actually have a few users. We have one person who's generating now $100,000 a month in sales on a single item that they actually got from selling on eBay earlier. And so that's also part of the journey, right? So don't think of this as you're joining something that's going to tell you how to make money. It's an ebook or a video, and then a month from now you're going to move on to something else. You're basically getting a system to create a business for yourself. You're going to start building the business in a very risk-free manner, very slowly, very carefully, and then 3 months from now, you will have a sizable business. 6 months from now, you will have a nice, completely job-replacing income, completely legitimate business. And if you, by that time, you get into Monopoly Genesis stuff, you will essentially have a legacy you can leave for your kids. You can basically leave something for your children and say, look, I'm leaving this company for you, which generates, $300,000 of net profit a year. We have many people who get to that point, many people who get there, and we have a pathway for you to get there. It's just not where you began. You began doing little stuff like this, and you grow to that point. I started out doing really little stuff online while I used to clean university apartments at the same time. I was 18 at the time. Kevin did this while he was blowing up things in the Air Force. So you have to start small, and then you keep expanding it over time. And that's what this webinar is for. This is focused on the little stuff. That's your beginning point. Tomorrow we'll talk a little bit more about slightly higher end stuff. On Thursday we'll talk a little bit more about the affiliate side of things, which is more residual income that you can develop. And then on and on and on. That's how we go. So So hopefully it's clear to you why we're focusing on the things we're focusing on in this particular webinar.
It's cool because
all right.
Yeah, this is great. I think we're about good. For those of you who are in, all those of you who said yes, tomorrow night pro webinar. Make sure you're in your back office. You'll see it. You'll register for it, and hopefully you don't have Barry's problem here where he says he's tired of getting spam mail that your item sold, which is being sarcastic for. He's making a lot of money. Awesome job. Awesome job. So thank you guys everyone for being here. I think we're good, Hitesh. Yeah. And I want to let you guys get started.
Yep. Beautiful. Just everybody go ahead and get started. Follow the game plan, and We will see you on tomorrow's Pro webinar.
Alright guys, thanks for being here. Love y'all. Night, and we'll see you in the back office.